Alright guys, we are so excited about this special edition E3 trailer trash. We can't even tell you, out of everything that we saw, I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but this is definitely going to be in our top 5 at E3.
Really enjoyed it.
Oh,
They didn't just show us the trailer, they actually played through the demo itself. I guess we could talk about that a little bit before we start the trailer. But,
sure.
You know, it's a co-op adventure, so you can drop in, drop out. Of course, you're Kirk and Spock.
Yes.
They're going to write in the humor. Bad Robot and the other company I can't think of the name of was telling them specifically, hey, for the cutscenes, we don't want, a delay in the gameplay. So basically,
yeah, J.J. Abrams and David Lindelof were saying that we really appreciate and want, definitely, we don't want a talkie. We don't want people to sit around and talk to each other, like a point-and-click adventure or something.
Now, the greatest way to describe the gameplay, I would say, is close to Mass Effect. Very close, ducking, hiding. They totally threw in all new weapons. They have the captain's pistol, which I thought was pretty cool. They didn't show us very much. But they didn't want just the old phaser, and that's kind of, it's like the upgrade from like when the movie did. Yeah. So I'm hoping this game looks amazing. The sound was amazing. And
in the timeline of the whole thing, for people who are wondering, this is actually a unique storyline that happens between the movie, the Star Trek original J.J. Abrams movie that you just saw, and the next movie that is coming out. So this is a totally new and original game just for so it's not your movie license garbage, which is great.
And what they said specifically was, hey, they made the first movie, it did well, and they started working on the game immediately. So instead of rushing it out, a year, shorter, they basically are going to have, 2.5 years, 3 years almost, for this game. So that's also more exciting to see the development side.
Well, I don't know if you're going to see some of the stuff in what we're going to show you here, but I want to talk about another thing is that when you get into these kind of what would have been a cutscene area, they have a beat, and then there's more action, and so it's like almost like a mini game happens after the action happens.
I haven't seen the trailer yet, but in the demo they showed us this. They showed us an example. The boss came through the ceiling instead of doing dialogue and blah blah blah. Kirk is like diving and running, and you're shooting as he's running.
Like behind yourself.
Yeah.
Like aiming your arm behind yourself, trying to shoot.
Yeah, shooting and running, and like I said, they have two completely different perspectives. So Spock is ducking and covering, but you're doing the action scene, shooting and running, and then it clears it for going in and playing the full game itself. And another example was the shuttle. They're like showing a scene. They said these scenes might not even be in the game, so we're not really spoiling.
Yeah, right. I know better.
No, they might have made it just for this thing. But at one point, these aliens were about to take over the bridge.
Yes.
So Kirk says, "Okay, I'll give you a ship," and then he flies in a shuttle through the front window. But you have to like fly the shuttle through the, to make it hit the front of the Enterprise where it needs to be hit. I'll tell you what. We should probably watch the trailer.
Yes.
Talk about it a little bit, and then we'll get more on the gameplay right after this. Even with pre-alpha gameplay, I thought it looked really good.
You could have just not told me pre-alpha at all. I mean,
yeah.
Look, you're going to see the quality. And what's cool I want you guys to notice is the lens flare stuff. They do a lot of the lens flare, a lot of bright stuff too.
It definitely looks like a completely different experience than other Star Trek games that I've played.
It's so badass.
Yeah, they played through that part, which was awesome.
And then, yeah.
They show humor between the movie and the game. They didn't show it there, but like Spock lands on his feet, Kirk rolls through a bunch of stuff. The tricorder scanning, you get to scan the dead red guys to, because there was an alien virus, so you scan a bunch of red shirts, which is kind of funny.
And of course the music.
Oh yeah. That does help. Oh yeah, that's also cool. I forgot, when you get knocked down, like you have to get carried, the other person gets to shoot until you take them to the... See, there's the shuttle thing I was talking about.
Awesome.
One word comes to mind, and that is douchebags. Because I can't wait to play this game. Now I have to wait an entire year to play this game, which really sucks.
It sucks in one hand, but we saw so many good games we're going to dump our money out for this fall. Gives us a chance to save up.
Save up for this, yeah. This is definitely... they also announced, of course, the gun for the move that looks like the phaser from the...
Oh my gosh, they had it behind this like plastic case.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, let's touch it. Oh wait, you can't touch it. I'm like, you jerks.
Yeah, well, they also made another Star Trek reference there saying that it was transparent aluminum, so there's no way anybody could touch the phaser itself. So the guy doing the presentation was great. He was
The whole-
funny, and
the-
this was at the end of the day on the second day. So like usually by then they're kind of worn down a little bit. No, this dude was all over it.
Well, we went into a lot of presentations, and this dude was amped
Yeah.
to talk about his game. And some of the other things that this team made, actually, you got the writer from God of War. They did Bioshock. And
Bioshock 2,
Bioshock
and
2.
then Unreal Tournament 3, I believe
Yeah.
they were talking about. So they do have some experience, and like I said, this trailer just shows a little bit of the tip of the iceberg for what they actually did show us behind the scenes. And it sucks we had to wait till now to tell you, but that's what we got to do. Yeah,
we signed a
had to sign
disclosure.
it.
All right. We obeyed your disclosure. Don't sue us.
But really excited to see where this game goes. Great writers, and they're excited about the new movie. Haven't heard anything about that until this game. So other than that, we got to see it. Wes saw it. He said that it looked
Superb.
really good. Yeah, he was like, it's superb. And Wes is really critical. He's actually a game designer friend of ours. If you don't remember, or if you do remember, Misanthropic Wes. And he's really, I don't want to say judgmental, but he looks at something and says, oh.
That's
and,
correct.
and he names off like 30 things that's wrong with it in like technical side. And we're like, okay, cool. So, but in this one, he said actually it looked like a lot of fun. So there.
Awesome.
Any other closing thoughts on this really badass game?
Make sure to see our top 5 list for E3. This is going to be somewhere on the list, and we'll talk more about it then. Thanks a lot, guys.